Well, thank you so much for tuning in. You are in the jazz zone. I'm not sure what time zone you're in, but we are in the Groove Yard, and my name is Roscoe Lee Owens. Our podcast is about art, music, and creativity, an interview series hosted by myself, Roscoe Lee Owens. But here's where I want to start with, because we're sitting in the Groove Yard, which is really located on People Street in Los Angeles, right in the heart of our community, Lamert Park. This I'm going to do a reading, Expressions in Poetry by Mr. Kijana Owens, because I was on a podcast and I just felt it. Life is. Life is too short to be standing on the sidelines, biding your time until someone or something calls you into the game. Life is too short to allow petty circumstances to hinder you from fulfilling your potential just because you were or are afraid to take chances and face shame. Life is too short to live it anything less than its fullest and sit back years later telling yourself, should have done this, could have done that, only if this, only if that. Life is such an abundantly great blessing from God that to do it anything less than live it abundantly through the good, bad, and the ugly is a shame in and of itself. Life is a sweet fruit. Pick it. Life is a vintage sports car. Drive it. Life is a cool pool on a hot summer day. Dive in it. Life is short. Don't waste it. Life is what you make it. Work at it. Life is a blessing. Receive it. Life is good. And God is awesome. So, from that, bring me on because I have an absolute wonderful guest this morning that inspired me to want to read that. And I'm not going to take any more of your time with what I'm doing right here, but to bring on my good friend and an awesome gentleman, Mr. Mike Shead.
Hello. Hey, how are you doing?
My brother, thank you so much for the inspiration this morning. You know, they say motivated people can be inspired, but you can't inspire unmotivated people.
How
You know,
about that?
yeah, isn't that amazing?
Hmm.
So, first of all, thank you for coming on actually a second show this morning in the Groove Yard. The Groove Yard is a space that I grew up in. That's why I use Lamert Park and People Street
Hmm.
because it was the first place I did a business when it had the Vision Theater just came in, and
Right.
all of that's continued to blow up. But what I'd like to do is I would like to listen to you for a few moments. First of all, I want to take you back on a path of as an engineer, as a mindset, as a young going into that field and being extremely creative. And now, please just share with our audience that aspect of life.
Well, it's nothing that I actually went to school for, but I had already gone to school before I started doing it. So I went to the John Muir Junior High and took all the shops, especially electronics, which I took as many as they had. Plus, there was a Saturday class. Once you passed the four different classes that they had, you could go to the Saturday class to just build whatever you wanted to build electronically. And in those days, transistors were still somewhat new. That's how long I've been around. And so they were discovered. They were made in '57, I believe, and this was like '64 or '5, somewhere in there, six. So less than 10 years previous to that, transistors were built. So anyway, I'm there. I'm wood shop, all the other shops, metal, crafts, that kind of thing. And then I took architecture too. So fast forward 20 years, I'm at EDD. I see that McDonnell Douglas is hiring, and I'm working in EDD, and I'm sending people out there. And one of them comes back to thank me. He got the job the same day. He comes back. They're paying twice as much, more than twice as much as I'm making. So guess who? Guess where I went the next day? I went out there and got a job because I knew blueprints, because I had studied drafting. I got a better job in what they call tooling. So fast forward another few years and doing tooling and understanding, be able to see how things are going to be made in the aircraft industry and what they're going to be made on. It could be anything as small as a smartphone to a 3-story apartment building. It could be anywhere in between. What happened was I started becoming a troubleshooter in tooling. And that allowed me to actually, when there was problems with the aircraft being put together, that allowed me to figure out what the problem was. And I was on some very high profile cases or areas where, the higher management was watching, the customer, the big airlines or the Air Force or somebody was taking a look at this, and they were able to recognize that, hey, this guy really put this thing together, and I got, some accolades behind it. And then an opportunity to become a project engineer on what's called the C-17, which is this cargo aircraft that everybody saw quite a bit of during the end of the Afghan war there, where they were doing the airlift. That's the aircraft I got a chance to work on. And not only did I get a chance to work on it, bringing in or developing and having made the aft section, the rear part of the airplane, was my particular task. And so now here's a guy like myself who went to Fremont High School. I'm now the lead person for getting the aft section of this aircraft into McDonnell Douglas.
Yes.
And we're talking about the first pieces of paperwork to get the actual aircraft started. I was signing all the tooling, all the nuts, bolts, rivets, sheet metal, everything that had to be done. My signature is on it. Tooling, it's just unbelievable. I can't talking about it right now. I hardly can believe I was doing it.
That reminded me of Michael Jordan. Ninth grade. He said, "Well, wait a minute. I'm just playing ball." But see, it's all that wood shedding that you have been doing. Look here, I'm there on Saturdays because I like it.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
I'm there on Saturdays not because I got to, it's because I get to. Yeah. See, the get to attitude exploded into what needed to be done, and especially as an African American man, because at the same time, and nobody, they ain't really trying to be sure that we're visual, on top, but at the same time, your credibility and the knowledge that you gain by being a troubleshooter,
yes,
gave you the opportunity to go, oh, well, I can go this way. Oh, I learned, oh, what? Then you get an aha moment. And then they get an aha moment in your paycheck too. They're right here, yeah.
All around.
There you go. So, but that's a wonderful part of the career. But what I want to do, I'm going to go to my son. I'm going to let him show what he's doing, because it is, a purpose, a patience, and persistence. And Kijana, take us to, I don't call it commercials, I call it vignettes. These are things that Kijana is creating to involve the podcast at the highest level that is happening right now. So, Mike, we're going to come right back.
Okay.
In a minute. See, but it's so good. Kijana tell me, man, don't be dropping it on me like that. Be dropping it on me like it's hot. But, on the next portion, though, I want to go in from that whole aspect, because as an engineer, it's essentially an analytical mind, because analytical understanding of music, going to various festivals is why I put on my
right Central Avenue. I see
festival.
That.
Central Avenue.
Right.
That's, yeah.
Just this past Sunday, I was out at this car show in Chino, and ran into Michael Dolphin, who helps put that on. And so, and as a matter of fact, we talked for a few minutes, and looking forward to talking to him about what's coming up for the next one. Hopefully, we can have it in person and everything this coming July.
You know, when you said EDD, Michael Dolphin's name
Yeah.
came into my mind. I've known him for years. He's
Uh-huh.
uh, he's such a knowledgeable brother
Yes.
and real deal. I've learned a lot from him and
Hmm.
through him. In fact, this is how one of the aspects of history is the Jamming Foundation.
Okay, not familiar with that. Uh-huh.
Yeah, which he was very, very much involved
Okay.
with Don Scott MacDuff in the understanding of appreciating jazz and jazz musicians.
Right.
So, what festivals have you and your wife been going to, and you know some of your favorite artists and what you've been doing in music? Thoughts?
Okay, so talking about jazz, I'll tell you something that's kind of like relevant right now. Lee Morgan's Live at the Lighthouse Super Collection has just been released in the last couple of months, and it's everything that was recorded over the 2 weekends at the Lighthouse in 1970.
Mm.
And it just so happens that was the first time as a young man on my own I went to a jazz club. 18 years old. Now I know that's not the right age to get into these places, but back in those days, if you acted like an adult and you looked like an adult, guess what?
You
They
were.
treated you like an adult.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
And so I'm in there, and it was a fantastic set that I saw on a Saturday night. And so all that's on, it's all recorded now. It was recorded, it's been recorded since 1970, but they just released it. And
Mm.
so I got a chance to see Weather Report not too long after that, like 71, 72, whenever they started. That's Wayne Shorter and Joe Zawinul, and I forget who else was on the probably Jaco Pastorius or somebody on bass. But anyway, that I started going, to different jazz clubs. I went to Shelley's Manhole when it was still around.
Wow.
Saw McCoy Tyner.
Yeah.
So it's just been, one great thing after another. And what I regret is that during the times when I'm out there at McDonnell Douglas working all those crazy hours,
Yes.
all these great festivals were going on, the VSOP and Concord Jazz Festival up north. And, I did go to the first two Playboy Jazz festivals.
Yes.
Right. Saw Dizzy, Freddie, you name it, everybody was there at that time.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just fantastic. And I'll tell you, one of the best festivals I've ever been to was, and I don't know if you were there or not, but the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Festival in about 1978, 79, somewhere in there. Are you familiar with that at all?
I've heard, I heard about it, but no, I wasn't there.
Yeah,
There was.
it was electric. It was I'd never been to one with so much excitement before.
Where was that held?
It was at the Music Center. It was at the Music Center.
Okay.
The first person on was Bobby Hutcherson.
Mm.
I had never seen Bobby Hutcherson before, and I said, "Man, this guy's an entertainer." I mean, he was just doing his thing, and the music was out of sight, and everybody was there. Freddie again. Back in those days, George Duke and Stanley Clarke were just starting to do their thing.
Mm.
And so at some point they said, okay, I think Freddie came out and introduced. He says, I don't understand what this is all about, but everybody seems to get excited. I'm going to bring out Stanley Clarke and George Duke. And they both had their dookie sticks or whatever they called them. Yeah. And it just, it was just fantastic. Chick Corea was there. I mean, the list goes on and on. But yeah, I've been to quite a few festivals. More recently, now I've been going to the Central Avenue Jazz Festival in July, and then the Monterey Jazz Festival always in the later part of September. And
what did you think about the as it related to shutting down a lot of things? I know we spoke of that in Married Tribe, but how it related to society, music, and doing music live.
I think one part of that you have to acknowledge is that there was a lot of people who passed because of coronavirus that were in the music world. And I noticed like at this last jazz Monterey Jazz Festival that it wasn't so much jazz, but I can imagine by the time they said, okay, we're going to go ahead and do this, there wasn't that many artists that were available at that time. but Herbie Hancock and Pat Metheny were the opening acts on Friday night. And I know that, like during the COVID time, literally everything shut down. There was, nothing going on. People were aware enough to start the, stuff on virtual, started on the on Zoom or whatever format they're going to use. I watched a lot of stuff from the SF Collective up in the Bay Area. Saw some great stuff. Wayne Shorter tribute that was really good over 5 weeks. But it was pretty devastating. And again, to also have a number of the older Black musicians or jazz musicians, I should say, pass at that time too.
Yes, yeah. You know what? It has gone from brick and mortar, which is live indoor concerts for that period of time, to click and order. You had to get it on Zoom. I'm going to see if Kijana can take us to some of those vignettes that he has back there. Kijana, right. Can we get some of that work you do? Because you do.
Hey entrepreneurs, it's me, Dr. Cassandra Bradford, and I'm letting you know that I will be in sunny Southern California on October 23rd for the Certification and Contractology Workshop happening at the Montclair Plaza, sponsored by Success Express Marketing. You don't want to miss out on opportunities from giant clients. Who are these giant clients? You need to get to the Contractology Workshop on October 23rd in Montclair Plaza. That's in Montclair, California. Go to genesispreferred.com. Get your ticket. You must RSVP. Why? Because seating is absolutely limited. Again, I'll see you guys in sunny California on October 23rd at the Contractology Workshop at 3 p.m. Talk to you.
My name is Colette Portis, and I am the founder and CEO of Red Development Group, a global business development firm that's focused on building a community of business coaches who are equipped with the tools and resources to help us serve our growing client list. The Red team has created some amazing results over the last 4 years. We're proud to say that we've created a system that's been instrumental in helping our clients double their revenue in as little as 10 months. As a result, the demand for our coaching program has increased as we serve cities, counties, companies, and organizations who serve the business community. Because of this, we're looking for business coaches like you who want to help us leave an imprint on the world and create a quantitative result that our clients can both see and feel. As a master business coach, I've spent more than 20 years helping business coaches overcome the greatest challenges that we face. That is cash flow creation and management, client conversion and retention, and finding a coach who can help you maximize your greatness. We're willing to share our client, train you, and license our proven curriculum to help you help your clients as you help us grow as well. The bonus, our MBA for CEO certified coaches become a member of our national community, and you'll receive 12 months of one-on-one coaching with one of our master coaches, because we are determined to see you grow while you help others grow. At Red, we want to make sure we strengthen you as a coach and drive your vision while you strengthen the businesses in our communities. This is why we've developed the MBA for CEO certified coaching program. So if you would like to join us and help us create a better coaching environment, build better business, and help us coach our clients, go to reddevelopmentgroup.com. Click on the certifications tab, complete the application, we'll review it, and once we determine if you're a great fit to become an MBA for CEO certified coach, we'll schedule a discovery call with you.
Hello and welcome. I want to welcome you to be a part of the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce. We have 12 chapters from the desert to the sea. There's a chamber near you someplace so you to be able to do business and fellowship and be able to find the contacts that you need. We help turn contacts into contracts. One of the things that we do, we give you access to capital. So if you're looking at participating in a business, come to one of our mixers at the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce, where we network from the desert to the sea, from Barstow to Temecula, from Palm Springs to LA. Always an opportunity to network. If you need some information about the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce or one of our fantastic events such as our celebrity golf tournament, our film festival coming up, give us a call or check us out online. Our website is blackchamberofcommerce.org, or you can give us a call at 888-466-7408. That's the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce. And my name is Rich Wallace, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Hi, my name is Kijana Owens. I am co-founder of Success Express Marketing Solutions. Our business is cultivating more business for your business. I want to tell you real quick about our program that is one of the most comprehensive business development online marketing support programs out there, which is the VASP, VASP, Virtual Assistant Support Program. This system allows you to operate and run your business while we help monitor and help you cultivate more business for your business online. Contact us at 909-686-1698 and visit us online at successexpressmarketing.com. Look forward to helping you take your business to the next level.
Well, that's a great display of work. As you say, Mr. Kijana Owens, there's nothing but the work, you know. Brother Mike, we were speaking of, and I wanted to share with you through that, I call them vignettes that Kijana has created, is an opportunity that we have in Success Express called Partners in Success. So these are different individual businesses that want to partner in moving things forward. And so in a progressive way, I just wanted to share that as well. But we were on that music, and one thing you said, as you were going through there, it just shoot me to my dad. Grew up in East St. Louis with Miles Davis and all of that. And the opportunity for me as a kid, I grew up with music all in the living room and everywhere else.
Yeah.
But everybody takes their own thriving point. And I know my dad he taught me drums and that, but I didn't become a professional because it wasn't my passion. Little did I know that I would be, as my father came to illness, that I would be so deep involved with him that I would carry this on from 1996.
How about
People
that?
say, well, you're not a musician. I don't know what you're doing. Well, yeah. See, was your dad famous? I said, he's famous to me. I don't know how many people you have to know to be famous. So
Right.
anyway, it became the work. Then it became the passion.
Right. Right.
And one thing that you and your wife talked about was persistency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell
me about the support in our community of the Central Avenue Jazz Fest and how long it's been happening.
About 25 years, I believe they finally met that threshold, or I don't know if they're going to go ahead and go to 25 or 26 because of the year of the pandemic. But anyway, it's been going on for 25 years, and thank goodness for council member Curran Price that he supports it. And then, like I said, We got Michael Dolphin, who's just like, the best at, keeping these things going. And then I've enjoyed them. I mean, for the price, which is free, I don't know where else you're going to go and see the level of entertainment that you get at the Central Avenue Jazz Festival. And of course, we're talking about some of the biggest names in jazz.
Yes.
And then many of them were staples. Gerald Wilson. I mean, how many years can you see Gerald Wilson and just beg for another year? I mean, those were like the greatest.
Tremendous. Yes, exactly.
Ernie Andrews. I mean, come on. I mean, Barbara Morrison. Thank goodness she's still around and can, and of course she's doing her own thing over there in Leimert too. And
yes.
so, and then so many more like what's his name? Saxophone player. I can't think of his name right now. That was such a great played with McCoy Tyner too. Oh gosh, I can't think of his name.
That's all anyway. Come up, yes.
Yeah. And then I've seen so many people there. It's hard for me to just bring them all up right now.
And I did a piece of art based on what you said there, because those are the marquee players. Mm-hmm. But I did this chimes based on the marquee players. Mm-hmm. But the bell that rings them, mm-hmm. I had a like it's just a chain, mm-hmm. but it's filled with precious stones. Those are the precious stones. Those are the musicians that are not being named,
right?
That play, because everybody has to be at that level. You're not mm-hmm. coming on the stage with so-and-so unless you there. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So all these musicians, I said, this is very important to the aspect of our music.
Right.
To celebrate. And those are a lot of the brothers that really financially held the music together, because, I mean, they're gig workers to some degree. And then sure. Some are fortunate to be in bands that are very economically effective.
Yeah.
But over a long period of time, it becomes, how do I feed my family and keep my my love for music happening?
Right. So I mean that that's been part of the struggle ever since jazz began or music began, but especially around jazz.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking as you're talking about that, how many groups I don't remember their names. I don't remember any of the artist names, but they were solid, good groups. And if you haven't been to the Central Avenue Jazz Festival, I just urge you to go, because you have two main stages and you got a few other smaller stages, and that's where you see these. And even on the second stage, not the main stage, but the second stage, there's people there that either have a name or they're up and coming that are just great.
Incredible.
And then on these other little smaller stages, you got people that just seeming to me just as good over there too.
Yes. You know what? See, it's dispersed. One has a name, mm-hmm. but Miles was Miles before he was Miles.
That's right.
So you know what? I'm gonna go back to Kijana, because we're about completed with this. But you know what, Mike? I want to say thank you so much this morning for both the podcasts with Mary Trapp. That was wonderful to listen and learn from you and your wife. In terms of the extended marriage for 42 years, blessings on that. And then to say, well, look, I have time to come on and do this. And so I really appreciate that. Tell my friend Michael Dolphin when you see him, all good in the neighborhood, And I think Jack LaSure is out at the Lighthouse now too. So when you mention that, yeah. So at any rate, Kijana, I'm going to say thank you to you as well for allowing and developing the opportunity for the Groove Yard to be on the platform with Success Express to have this podcast. I'm hoping that our partners in success and other people that want to support us will do that. So at any rate, again, Michael, tell your wife, I said, thank you. Thank you for the time that I had with you as well. Because I'm sure, it's like, hey, this is an unplanned day, but this is a blessed day.
Right. Yeah, and we could do this for hours on end, really talk about the music.
And this. And time is a major commodity, and we are blessed to have it. So thank you again. Kijana, I know it's time. You have a blessed day. Thank you so much for opportunity to share this podcast with you all. You know, you can get with Mr. Kijana Owens at Success Express to develop your own podcast or even be a guest on one of the podcasts. I think it's 8 different podcasts that he has in Success Express. Enjoy life with God's blessings. My name is Roscoe Lee Owens. It's another fantastic day. Enjoy it.
Success Express Marketing Solutions presents your virtual video podcast studio. Let the Success Express team help bring your podcasting dreams to life. Here's what we do. We help you come up with show ideas, design graphics for your show, set up your podcast studio, and run the back end of your show. So what do? Be ready for your show. Make sure your guests are ready. Log into the virtual studio, turn your cameras on, and go. Not sure you're ready to go live on a monthly or a weekly basis? You can get the Try Us Out Success Special. It's only $97 with free design setup. All you got to do is try us out, and I guarantee you're going to want more. So get set up today with your virtual video podcast studio from Success Express Marketing Solutions. So go online to Success Express MKTG, and we'll get you set up today. Sign up now and get our free ebook, Modern Podcasting, that'll teach you all the techniques you need to know to get your podcast started today.